No, I'm good. Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to Real Chicks Rock Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host, Michelle Dusbert, and I am you see this shirt? I am super excited today. Super excited today because I'm talking to somebody that I do like. I do like you. I do. We're going to talk. Right. Thank you for everybody that's joining and listening to us today. We are very thankful. But for the new listeners, I just want to give a little background about what Real Chicks Rock is all about. We're all about creatively collaborating and connecting to raise awareness regarding issues that impact us as women by way of community service engagement, workshops, public speaking, mentoring, and the arts. This is the arts, and this is the media portion of the arts. And we've been doing this for a few years now, and we get the opportunity to talk and meet with people that are doing things in our communities, not only from a advocacy perspective, but musically.
All right.
Musically, I got somebody here in the seat. Today, we have the pleasure of talking to none other than Salah Ananse. Hi,
hey,
Salah.
How you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
I see you all the time, though.
Yeah.
I do. You are Atlanta's own. This is rare because most people that I talk to are not from Atlanta.
That's true.
And you are. So let me touch you. Stick out your hand.
There we go.
Let me get you. This is rare commodity and stuff right here. So how does it feel? Talk to me a little bit.
Atlanta, it's a transplant city. I'm the children of transplant. So of course, and I also call Atlanta on the West Coast they have Phoenix for white people, and then on the East Coast we have Atlanta for black people.
So
it's a retirement community.
So it's a retirement community. So this is my 30th year here in Atlanta. So
that's beautiful.
I've been here for a long time. So Atlanta's definitely home. But I want to talk about you, Salah, and your body and legacy of work. Born and raised here in Atlanta, so you've seen the music scene. You've seen the changes in Atlanta. Talk to me as a kid. What kind of music did you listen to growing up?
Let's see, a whole lot of soul, a whole lot of Motown. My mom, Saturday mornings when we would clean the house, it would be Motown. It'd be what's his name? The guy that had the restaurant, Blue Lights in the Basement. What did he do? Sideman does Blue Lights in the Basement. But it was another guy used to have a radio show. He would play. It would be on WCOK. He played like a lot of old soul. Regine Bailey would play some stuff.
Yes.
But I cannot think of the guy that had the restaurant. He used to have a restaurant in what used to be Rio Mall.
Okay.
But
anyway, I remember Rio Mall. That's a long time now. You aging
yourself.
Youngbloods.
There you
used
to listen to Youngblood when I was growing up.
Okay.
So definitely. When hip hop came into form, I was right, at all those concerts. The first Fresh Festival, when that first tour, I was there. Second Fresh Fest, other festivals. My parents were very supportive of music, and I was a child actor too. So my mom was very supportive of me being involved with the arts all the way around.
I didn't know you were a child actor.
Yeah.
He slowed it down. He's like, acting
I don't talk
as
much about that.
So I was going to ask, when did you start? Like 5 or 6, or just with the acting?
4. Yeah.
Oh, really? You was really young.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Okay. You didn't like it?
No, it's fine, but I prefer music. So, had nothing to do with me not, liking acting. But when I went to a performing arts high school, I had to choose, and I chose music over theater.
So when you chose the music, were you a musician? Did you play an instrument? Were you just?
I was a singer. So I would sing. And then we had a touring company. We'd sing and dance.
Yeah.
And go around. We tour around the world. So it's what's now North Atlanta. It was North Side at the time.
Yeah.
Jasmine Guy went there. Michael Jackson's choreographer Travis Payne went there.
Really?
2 of the sisters from Escape went there before they went to Tri-Cities. So there was a lot of people that went to that school.
Now I've seen you dancing, and I noticed some good footwork, but we'll talk about that later. I love your name. I want to pause and what does Salah mean? Does it have a
It's goodness
meaning?
and peace. So Salah and Ananse is Ghanaian. It's you know the spider Ananse.
Yes.
So it's not my birth name.
Okay.
Salah was given to me in high school, and then Ananse I
You
took
picked.
on. Yeah.
It's a beautiful name. It's so
Yeah.
fitting.
Yeah. I love it.
You've
You know,
grown into that name,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome stuff. So you are an actor, a singer. You've gone to a high school filled with all of those things that you were able to do. Then it takes us to Morehouse. You're a Morehouse man, are you not, sir?
Yes.
So how were the Morehouse years for you
Class of
musically?
95.
All right,
Yeah,
bro. You got shouts out to the Morehouse man. So how was it for you musically at Morehouse? Did you really get the bug?
I wasn't really a participant in the school activities as far as singing. I mean, I did like one talent show my freshman year.
Okay.
Because the scene, the actual music scene had blown up in Atlanta. So Atlanta's always been musical. You know, Cameo's lived here. We've had Brick. You know, a few other groups. You know, SOS Band.
Yes.
You know, so that's all Atlanta stuff. But then what really blew it up in the 90s was LA and Babyface moving here. Well, Bobby Brown moved here first, then LA and Babyface moved here. And Bobby set up his studio, and then LA and Babyface set up LaFace. They would go to different schools and pick out, you know, people to sign.
Okay.
And, so in my freshman year in college, I was, you know, practicing with Dallas Austin's group, Highland Place Mobsters, dancing and stuff. So we would just, you know, I would just hang out in that circle instead of, you know, trying to do the whole
the music
college
thing.
thing.
The college thing. So, so we're dancing. So when did the DJing come about?
DJing came later in college.
Okay.
I had a group of friends that had a magazine called Red Clay Magazine.
Okay.
And they would do fundraiser parties. So my boy Tahir, my boy Brett, Biafra, Saul Williams, and a few other people had this magazine, and it was kind of back in the 90s and early 2000s. They had these things called zines, where it was just black and white, and people would go and make these periodicals that were, you know, basically made out of, you know, from a copier,
right.
But they were very unique and you know, they served a subgenre that most magazines didn't serve. So we did a fundraiser to raise money for that, and I just started DJing at that, and that's how I got known.
Really?
As a DJ with my college friends.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it progressed.
Did you like it? Did you like DJing at that point?
Yeah.
Time?
I mean, the reason I started DJing is because I didn't always hear the music I wanted to hear.
On
so
now.
I decided to play the music I wanted to hear.
That's the key right there.
Yeah,
so when you came out, what were you playing? Everything and everything?
No. I played, you know, classic soul and rare groove. So shouts out to Carl Injex. You know, he used to be over at the first incarnation of MJQ, which was under the Ponce de Leon Hotel. He had a residency on Tuesdays, and I would go out there and play with him and another guy named Gnosis. So we would go out, and I would go out and bring my one crate of records and play.
He said one crate. Yeah, the one crate. Playing the
one crate of records.
Always everybody on vinyl.
Yeah, all vinyl.
All vinyl.
Yeah. And back then, when you went to a party, if you played all stuff that people knew, they'd be like, "Well, why am I here?"
What? Come on, that's it. That's the magical formula.
Yeah. So we try to play. We try to out rare each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
You don't have this cut.
You have that.
And then, you know, just try to wow each other with the rare finds we find. You know, going in the dollar bins and just finding these crazy records.
Yeah, and you know, and quite frankly, we're going to talk about today, but you do have that about you, that you do play things that we go, oh, not playing that. Like, you do have that shock value.
Well, that's to me, that's what you want a DJ for. You don't want a DJ just to regurgitate everything that you just listened to in the car on the way to the party.
Right.
You want a DJ to give you something new to take home, and that's the only way to set yourself apart right now. Everybody has access to the same records. You know, there's no record that nobody can get. You know what I'm saying? The medium might be different, but now that everything is on the internet, there's no record that nobody can get.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is play things that set you apart. And I learned that early, so I've always done that.
Right. So after the Morehouse years, you're still heavy with music?
Yes. I mean, just to take it back, I started producing music in high school. So I was doing that before I was DJing.
Really?
I was writing. I had the whole computer set up with the keyboard and everything. I was making music in college. So, then I started DJing. So I've always been musical. So that was just the thing. So I've kept that up. Had a studio. Me and Jamal Ahmed from WCLK, we used to live together. Along with another brother named Cosmo. And at that place, a collective called Groovement was started. And that some of the members of that were India Ari, Anthony David, Donnie. Let's see, I think Avery Sunshine at one point. I know Dana, her husband, his group was a part of it. Kari Simmons, all that stuff. So this is just a collective of young people who thought we were going to change the world with music. And honestly, through most of those names that we did. You
guys have. You guys have. How do you feel about that? Did you expect that when you started being a part of music at that time?
I guess we expected more, to be real. We were young, we were young, bright-eyed kids. We were like, we're going to change everything, It's not going to be playing R&B on V103. We're playing neo soul and stuff like that.
He's going to change the world.
It didn't happen, but, we definitely wanted just to change the landscape of what was available. And, through other means, we couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Deregulation of airwaves, deregulation of the amount of radio stations corporations can own. So the consolidation of the radio industry, it's like you're hearing the same thing everywhere.
It's whack. It's whack. But so after that, though, you're still attached, or music has you. You have music. So what are you doing? You're DJing. You're producing music. You're traveling. Give me a little bit of after Morehouse. How did music look for you and treat you?
Right after Morehouse, I was working.
Okay.
So music. I would still DJ different things. Ended up starting. I was working in television. Then I ended up starting a creative agency with Fahamu Peku, the artist, and we did that for a few years, and then we split and. I did some more creative and graphic design. So, through that we worked with, everybody from Big Oomp and D4L to Mary J. Blige, along the way. And then, I guess around 2004, a place called Shout opened in Atlanta, and they wanted me as a full-time DJ. So I just started. I stopped doing graphic design and all that stuff, and I just started DJing.
And since 2004, I remember that.
Yeah.
Shout over there, Colony Square, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I haven't worked for anybody since 2001.
Is that?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You've been everywhere. Let me tell you a little bit about how I found you. Someone was telling me across state lines about this whole movement of underground house, like house music. I've been in Atlanta. November be 30 years. Wow. I'm a house head. I'm hip hop and house. So when I came to Atlanta, I was like, man, ain't nothing happening. And they told me, you need to follow this guy. He got locks. I think his name is Salah. You need to follow him and see where he's going. And when I came and really started showing my face, he was playing at Halo.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
That's when I just kind of like was, okay, this looks like the guy with but he's not playing house music. Halo was like everything, it was like one top 40, but it was danceable. But I was like, this isn't house.
Right.
And then I followed you at Vanquish over there on P Street. That went house. That's turning it up over there. It was fun. It was fun. I was like, this isn't house. Then I found you playing somewhere else, and it might have been with Kemet or somebody, and I was like, and through that and social media, I was able to find the whole energy and the whole movement. But I've always appreciated your style because you play differently. There's so many things that come out of you based on where you are, based on the audience. So you're not, nobody can box you.
True.
That's the good thing about you.
Right.
Nobody can really box you. You're able to play in different situations. I still follow you today. And not for nothing, I love wherever you are. So when you're at the W, I like you over there. I like you at Tom, Dick, and Hanks. I follow you everywhere. If you post it and I'm able to go, sorry, Christopher, I try to.
Yeah.
I try to go.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, and I do that. Like at this point, I've gotten my my events to the point where I do them to make sure that they're different, all the time. So Tom, Dick, and Hank is for. Really, I'm doing that. I do that with a high school friend of mine, a guy I went to high school with, and I do that for my friends from Atlanta to come and hear me play because they're not necessarily going to go to the house things.
Right.
I do a cigar event for my people who just love to hang out and do cigars. They don't really want to dance; they just want to do that. And then, I do W for the people who remember how Atlanta used to be with the lounges, and you talk about Halo, where you go and chill. You didn't have to pay to sit down. No. You didn't, there was no bottles. You just did what you did, and you floated. Time. You had a beautiful atmosphere to do that. Yeah. So I miss that. And then and then we do that. The me and Kim and how we have come together. That's just a pure dance party. It
sure is.
Everything is played. Nothing's off limits. And we just go everywhere. Yeah. And then the other things we got when we're going to talk about the party.
Yeah. You got so much going on. So Salah, because you're here from Atlanta and you've seen it, you have good relationships with people because you've been able to see where they were and where they are now. You've collaborated with a lot of folks. I want to kind of bring it up to a little current where we are now. I want you to tell me how is there really a love for house more than the other genres of music that you play, or you love it all?
House is special to me.
Okay, why?
But just because of the experiences that I've had with it.
Okay.
It's not. Let's see. I've always danced to it. But then as a person who loved. The acid jazz scene and playing all of that stuff, house was a natural progression.
Gotcha.
Because there was a point when technology, and it's always the case with Motown, there was a technology and opportunity at the same time that made that happen. There was a point when technology in as far as music equipment happened, which allowed an expansion in what was allowed and what was called house at the time. So house went from being kind of just drums, bass, and keys, because people couldn't afford to hire, strings and all that stuff, to now you had all these MIDI instruments where you could just create these lush atmospheres in house. So I'd say late 90s, early 2000s, you started hearing just way more, and it was great. So a lot of the guys, when acid jazz kind of went down, a lot of the guys, what was called acid jazz, which is British soul, and then they all went in the house. So you started even when you buy the acid jazz record, you start hearing these dance records. You're like, oh, I like that. What is that? And so, like I said, I'd always been dancing to it. I just fell in love with it, and I think my first WMC just kind of took me like, yo, okay, I'm doing this. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah. I miss WMC.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. I'm in Opium Gardens for the Masters at Work party, and it's just a point where I'm just sitting there looking at him. I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. This is what you want to do. What year was that? Do you remember the year? My first WMC was 2001.
Really?
Yeah. So I was late. Like a lot. WMC had grown.
Yeah.
So I was late, but
you're never late. Never late. It's
right
on time.
But I was, like I said, I was into something else. You know what I'm saying? I was doing the whole soul thing.
Yeah.
And all my friends were more involved in that. Kai Alce.
Yeah.
My brother, House in the Park. He had been holding it down in Atlanta. Him and Ron Pullman been holding it down for a long time, but they had. I'd go to their parties and stuff. So they had curated a great scene. I have to give shouts out to Earwax and Second Saturdays. That was still a staple. We always went, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, definitely. I mean, when it came to partying, I was always listening to house. But as far as playing, I wasn't always playing.
You playing house. You was playing everything, everywhere.
Well, still
Residency.
Rare groove. Still rare groove, disco, old records. Like I was just trying to dig in the crates as much as I could.
So I want to talk to you about this whole thing here now. a couple of weeks ago, I had one of your brothers here, Ramon Russell. Right, we talked about.
Shouts out to Ramon.
Shouts out to the man who's very busy right now. As we are getting closer and closer, he's counting the days to House in the Park number 15. Again, when I came on the scene, House in the Park was one of the things, but then I stumbled up on this thing called the ATL Weekender. I think I came on to it year 2.
Okay.
I didn't catch the first year, but something I saw this thing. I said, "What's this about?" And I registered for it, and I liked it. And I liked the fact that I paid this one price, and it allowed me to have access to all these parties that were going on that led up to House in the Park in the weekend. And the DJs were good. The locations where we partied was good. The energy of people were good. I saw people that I've seen before. Then there was a lot of out-of-town people that were coming. And I just thought this was dope. And I want to ask you, how did that idea come along for you to curate that?
Well, I have to give all credit to the cats in Europe and England.
Okay.
The Weekender idea is totally something that they came up with.
Gotcha.
So I've been traveling. My wife and I have been traveling to the Southport Weekender. Shouts out to Nina.
Yeah, shouts out to Nina. Yeah, we like Nina.
Yeah.
Hi, Nina. We like Nina. Mm-hmm.
So we've been going, and I've been taking notes.
Yes.
From all their processes, like, how they check people in, security, how they split up the different rooms,
Got
for the different kinds of music that they had. And I was like, okay, well, how can I apply this to Atlanta? So I couldn't take their exact structure.
Right.
So I combined that with other festivals that I've been playing, Candela in Puerto Rico, and then also, I learned a lot from Mikasa in Mexico. So shouts out to Julius. The
the mad thinker.
And shouts out to Don Pablo in Puerto Rico for Candela. And so I took those, and basically I said we had an emerging scene on Edgewood, 4th Ward.
Yes,
and I said, okay, so this is, now 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I said, well, let's showcase what we had, because those venues were the venues that were supporting the house scene in Atlanta at the time. So we showcased, the first one was all in sound table, both sides. We just went back and forth. Then the second one, I think we expanded to music room. So we just, the festival is designed to showcase not only the venues that were supporting the house scene year round, but also the promoters and DJs that are supporting the house scene year round. So we just want to, make sure that we are, supportive of those people, because those are the people that we want to showcase to the world. We had all these people coming from House in the Park.
Right.
Just an abundance of people, and we wanted to give them something to do.
Gotcha. And
the way to do that is to showcase the Atlanta scene and what we do year round to them on this special weekend.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the table we can't. Interesting, because you're right. I think the whole thing is the way that the Weekender is curated is really something to be. We can't take it lightly. Like, it has to be acknowledged, the fact that it's done very, very well. The fact that we come in, we get a badge over our neck, a wristband, the whole thing, a program. We know exactly where to go, where not to go. And then it's just a selection of DJs that you pick. And I think you really make an effort to pick a lot of local guys, a lot of local females. When I say guys, I mean females as well. Guys and girls, ladies, to DJ in these different spaces. And over the years, we've seen it grow, because there was one time it was like, well, there's a party over here, then there's one over here, then we're going over here, and man, you turned the place out.
And that's definitely. I mean, you feel like you have
options.
a lot of options, a lot of choices, and you feel like you're running. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going from party to party, and you should feel like that. You should have an opportunity to just throw it all out on the line and just party hard for a whole weekend, and then come on Monday you can recover with us.
We got the whole thing, right?
Yeah, we got it covered.
We got it covered, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's been good. So my fault. I thought this was number 10. This is number 8.
This is number 8. Yeah.
And it just gets better and better and better each year, right?
Yes. We try to expand the offerings, give you a little bit more than the average party. Most of us who are involved in House in the Park, so it's all curated by myself, Ramon Rousseau from House in the Park,
Yes.
Kai Alce, and
Yes.
DJ Kimmett.
Okay.
So we, we travel, throughout the year. So, whenever we throw an event, we just try to give you all a little bit more than what we did the last time, and just keep it interesting.
Yeah, it's been very interesting.
Yeah.
For this to be number 8, I'm just for those that are watching, I'm gonna turn around. I'm wearing.
That's number 5.
Come on, yo.
Yeah.
I got number 5 on the back. Yeah, so this is what's going on. So you guys know, we've been doing this for a minute. Oh, let me do it again.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my shirts. I keep them. I collect them. So this has been good. So the fact of the matter is, the landscape of Atlanta continues to change. Right? Venues come and go.
Exactly.
And now we're in a space where some of the venues not in place like they were last year. Has it been a challenge for you every year
It's
to
a
try
challenge.
to?
It is a challenge every year. Venues. That's just the nature of the game.
Yes.
A successful venue can close due to other circumstances. So, every year we have to change, and that's just the nature of the game. And our new partners this year, we partnered with Believe last year for our day party, and we're partnering with them on some night parties this year.
that.
So I love that venue. They're the producers of the Imagine Festival, so it's huge. That they do that huge festival, but they're also supporting other festivals in Atlanta. So I shouts out to the staff and owners at Believe and Wish Lounge in Atlanta. And then also we're back with Sound Table. Music Room is involved again. We have a new venue, Crazy Atlanta, who is also taking events that are produced by Wild Pitch, which used to be pretty much the hub of house music in Atlanta, and RIP Wild Pitch, but Wild Pitch is still around producing events. So it's definitely they're definitely still part of what's going on. So like I said, we try to showcase the people who support this scene year round. So it is about taking this little bit of time, this one weekend, to support these people who have been supporting us
Throughout the year, and we want to say thank you for that.
That's what's
I
up.
want to say thank you for that.
Yeah.
You know what I enjoy, Salah, and when you play, I love when you're at House in the Park. And what tickles me the most is when you play your own music. And the response. What typically happens is, it's not just a classic or something you've done. You will surprise us and maybe give us some new music that hasn't been released out yet. And you'll play it first for us there. And we go, and and it's all on the video. How does that feel for you to see thousands of people just losing their mind?
Oh yeah, that's the drug. That's the high we keep chasing. You know what I'm saying? The first time you get it is nothing like it. You still chasing that high. Yeah, I love it. That's the payoff.
That's the payoff. Just seeing us lose our mind when you play a track, and you try to be all like, general with it, like, yo, this is my job, this is what I do, I'm gonna hit them in the head with this, and then we just go.
No, that's I love it. That's the reaction that you want. I mean, every DJ wants that. No matter what they're playing, they want that. But to have it happen for something that you created is special. Definitely.
Do you like DJing more than producing? What's
Honestly,
your love?
What's really funny is I'm an artist all the way around, so I do a lot of different things. I couldn't imagine not being able to do all of it.
Okay, all right.
Even though, like, I don't have a graphic design company proper, I still do.
You sure do.
Yeah, a whole lot of graphic design. I still do video. I still do photography. like I said, I'm just an artist all the way around.
You're a grammarian. You check spelling and make sure that people's.
Well, I did go to Morehouse.
You make sure.
I did go to Morehouse, and I was an English major, so that's why.
You see, the guy is smart. He's like, Michelle, you might want to get that. I was like, oh, you're absolutely right. So yeah, you're well-rounded and well-versed in a lot of different things.
Yeah, and my mother was in communications as well, so. Yeah. I was corrected at growing up.
You're doing it all.
Yeah.
You're doing it all. Do you feel, because some people may have this debate, oftentimes we say DJ is just a DJ until they're starting producing music, but you've always been traveling and been in demand as a DJ. Is that not a fair statement?
No, I would say it had to grow.
It had to grow?
It definitely had to grow. It
had to grow.
Yeah.
And do you think the producing and creating of music helped that growth for you?
It definitely did. It definitely got me recognized more.
Okay.
But also taking the time to go to industry events like a WMC.
Yes.
And making the effort to meet everyone. Helps a lot.
Well. You do get out. You're everywhere.
Well, I try to be. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, when you work for yourself, you're only, as good as the work you put into it. So, what I always say is you stay busy or stay broke.
Yeah. You know what? I don't even know what to say on that. I'm going to ask you this a lot because you're multi-talented, English, theater, acting, right? Writing music, producing. In this day and age, what influences you?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, from politics to art, other people's art.
Yes.
My wife and I just went to an art show. A friend of mine, CP, had an art show. It was great. Fahamu's art.
Yes.
Just deep. Watching a television program. I get influences and inspiration from a lot of different things. Yeah, even listening to trap music, I get inspiration from that. So, and I think that's pretty much how most artists are. They're going to take inspiration and try to filter it through our lens. Yeah.
Now, you said you graduated Morehouse in 95,
yes.
Right? So we're a little older. You're doing a good job in bringing younger people into this thing that we love. I think so, because when I come to your parties, it's not a whole bunch of old fuddy-duddy people. There's younger people that know you. How do you do that? How do you keep the millennials or just a younger generation of people in tune to what you do and what you offer?
Well, I'd say there's two things. One thing I do is support what they're doing.
Okay.
So I can't expect them to support me
Understood.
if I don't support what they're doing.
Understood.
So I make an effort to go to their events. I send them gigs.
Got you.
And then also I also try to play music that appeals to them. So if I remix something, a lot of times I'll remix artists that the older people wouldn't even pay attention to.
Yeah.
And I do that because that allows what we do to appeal to them. They don't see a connection.
Right.
And if we don't make that connection for them, then they'll never get that connection.
Right,
So
right.
The Afrobeats movement right now is really popular with young people, but it's really house. A lot of it is really house. It's either house or reggae. So they're either going to the reggae side or they're going to the house side, and we need to be welcoming and open to them and bringing them into that. So and I see all the young people at House in the Park.
Yeah, you do.
So they want it. They're open to it. We just have to make it,
accessible
inviting for them.
and accessible. Yeah. I've seen you talk to younger students, like go to schools and speak to students and things. Are you going to mentor some folks? Do you have an apprentice? Because I don't want you to check out and you got all these gifts and goodies and we didn't pass it on. Are we thinking about those things?
I'm thinking about it, but I kind of do it in a different way. It's not necessarily lessons, but I'm definitely open to people calling me, asking me questions, because that's what my friends did for me. Whenever every new idea that I have a group of friends that will literally give me everything wrong with it, all the obstacles that I'm going to come up with, that I'm going to come into, and say, hey, they're going to look at it that way, and I have a gauntlet that I run through every idea through, and that makes sure that it's executed.
I like
properly.
that gauntlet. I like that gauntlet.
And I talk to other other people, other DJs,
Yes.
other event producers, and I tell them the same thing. Hey, you know, if you have a question, ask me, and I'll give you my honest answer.
I want to go back to the Weekender because it just, I would be a fool if I didn't talk about this. You have curated this thing called the Love Sexy.
Okay, so yeah, Love Sexy.
Come on, sir. And it takes it on the road.
Yeah. We go to Chicago with it. Yeah.
Talk about the Love Sexy, Salah Ananse.
So Love Sexy is a party that I started in 2001. It's a party dedicated to the music of Prince. You know, it started in the cafe side of MJQ. And, you know, the first one was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, I brought it back for, I stopped it for a little while and I brought it back for the Weekender.
Okay.
And it's been growing and growing.
It is busting out.
We grew out of Sound Table, then we went to Studio Number 7. Grew out of that, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, and then we were at Wild Pitch for 2 years, and this year we're going to be at Wish Lounge at Believe. So that whole basement of Believe, that used to be a museum bar, that whole museum bar basement, we're going to be down there. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Nice. Yeah, and you know, Believe is an amazing venue. They have a light show, all that stuff. It's going to be great.
Yes, that's going to be great. You know, people come from everywhere for that Love Sexy.
Yes, they do.
They got to have it. And realistically, because not that it's my job. It's not my job. But I noticed that they come for the Love Sexy, and I may not see them at the other events.
Well, that's one thing about that party. That party invites people who don't
Just,
necessarily like
yes,
house.
they just love Prince or anything tied to it.
Right. So, and what's funny, it's one of our biggest parties, one of our most successful brands for the Weekender, but it's also on a Thursday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have grown people who usually don't go out even on a Friday. They're coming out on Thursday dressed up. It's immersive. It's an immersive experience. There's nothing like it. I mean, we really try to get you out of your
comfort zone,
or just get you out of your usual character. What I'm saying is not make you a person who you're not, but tap into who you really are for a little bit.
Last year I did wear a bikini top to the
thing.
It was a crocheted white. I got a yellow one for this year.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come and be out of my comfort zone because it's very adult. It's very good. The music is good.
Exactly.
Your selections are great. You play stuff that we don't hear all the time, stuff that we forgot. A lot of B-side stuff, which I love. I love the B-side, and we just party for hours.
Right, and that's it's
ridiculous.
It's a total release, and you just, like I said, you're immersed in Prince. It's
oh my
beautiful.
gosh,
yeah,
oh my gosh,
and I'm a huge Prince fan.
Huge
Prince fan. So.
Obviously. So what was it like? So people was like, they see the videos, they see the pictures, and they were like, I want that in my city. Like Chicago was like, we want it here.
Well, one of my best friends had been playing with me here, and so we decided to. When Prince died, we did a big party here.
You took over the street, so don't be modest. Come on, it was a takeover.
We shut down the street
on Marietta Street. Yeah,
Kim and I DJ'd, but he also did one in Chicago, and it was so successful that they decided to keep doing it. So Chicago does numbers like we do.
Really,
we do that in April, and we do the one here in August, and it's the same. It's similar numbers.
Yeah. What's your friend's name? His name
is DJ Question, and we do it at Promontory in Chicago.
Yes. So it's a big hit there, a big hit here that you do every year, and the numbers just keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So it's going to be awesome. I think the space for this year is even bigger. It's going to be a little bigger than what we've had previously.
Exactly. We were a little tight last year. We're going to have a bigger space.
It was a little tight
this year, and
it was a little tight.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I was dancing in the door. I was dancing with Tia at the I was over there with her at the door. She was checking people in. I was over there.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's an amazing party.
It's an amazing thing.
It's one of my favorites.
What do you want to see the Weekender, the ATL Weekender? What do you want it to be? How big do you want this thing to grow?
I want to see it grow as big as it can. You know, if it doesn't grow, it doesn't last. And that's just the way things are.
Okay.
So, we want to keep it. We want to keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. I mean, you know, that's the only way. I feel like these type of events are the only way to pass it down.
Come on now.
Yeah, we're definitely. this is definitely an opportunity to bring young people into the fold this weekend. House in the Park and the Weekender, the offerings that we have. So definitely, we want thousands and thousands of people. We have thousands and thousands of people at House in the Park.
Yeah.
We want thousands and thousands of people at Weekender events. We want, eventually it might be we might have it all on just one site.
Yeah. Now, for you, because you're multi-talented, do you design all these shirts that we wearing?
Yes.
Come on, brother.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Show the people
all
what you
logos,
got on over there.
Logo.
Bro, Ham. Every year they're different and they look nice. Any surprises? We're going to get a different one this year?
We get a different one every year.
Every doggone year it's a different one.
So, there's a new design, there's a classic design, and some other little new things
I
every year.
had to straighten out my closet and start the Weekender column because I got a pile because every year it gets different.
Yeah.
And then you stun on the folks because you pull out ones that the old retro ones and let them know you've been back, you've been down since day one. You're not a newbie to this. Not a newbie to this. So we're excited. So we're just a couple of weeks away that we're going to start kicking this thing off. And you know what? Do we need volunteers? What do you need from the people, Salah? Do we need to help in some kind of, what do we need to do? What do you want from us?
Let's see. We have some volunteers. There are some volunteer opportunities. There are some vendor opportunities as well.
Okay.
So definitely try to contact us. You can contact us. You can contact us at atlwkndr.com. Spelled with one vowel, ATL Weekender, with no, ATLWkndr.com.
Yes.
Or you can reach us at AtlantaWeekender.com.
Right,
It'll take you to the same place.
Yeah.
And then also, you can email us at info@AtlantaWeekender.com.
Okay. All passes are sold out. That's what I saw.
Yes. All the passes are sold out, but that doesn't mean you can't get into the party.
We can still come.
Yeah. Just the full weekend pass are sold out. We've this is the earliest we've sold out.
Come on, man. I was on the first wave. Say
I
wasn't. I
was.
I was on the first tier.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It's tiers to this thing. It's tier 1 and a tier 2. I don't know about 3. But once I get mine, I ain't checking for nothing else.
Look,
I'm done.
We sold out. I hadn't even invited anybody on the Facebook invite yet.
Come on, yo. I got a personal tap. Michelle, they're going online. I was like, I got to get mine. It goes quick.
But we have plenty of room at our venue, so make sure you can pay the door.
Yes.
The prices for each event range from $10 to $20.
Okay. All right. Rightly so.
But definitely, and I guess should I talk about the events?
Yes. Come on.
So we start out with Love Sexy. That's Thursday.
Yes.
Then on Friday we have Kai Alce doing Distinctive. He has Bread Dancer.
Yes.
That's going to be great at our sound table.
Yes.
We also have DJ Kemet doing Kicking Up Dust. That's all vinyl, 7-inch vinyl. Ooh. He's rocking. That's going to be in Music Room. Yes. And then that night, late night, we're going to have a special little party after hours with Ron Trent. It's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing a lot on Friday.
Yes.
We're having our check-in party on Friday as well. Yes. So y'all can come down to that. That's going to be in Moods, and then we're going to take it over to W Downtown for a little bit. But then also, Saturday we have a day party, the whole day. Day party.
What time does the day party start?
That starts at 1. And then before that we're gonna have a little dance workshop with Mawu. That's gonna be at the Movement Lab. The day party is gonna be at Believe, indoor, outdoor. And then we're gonna have Saturday night we're gonna be down under Believe at Wish Lounge at Believe. So that basement again where we have Love Sexy. That's gonna be Afrique Electrique. We're also going to have, and we're celebrating 10 years. My label is celebrating 10 years, Afrique Electrique.
That's where the 10 came from.
So, we first started doing parties in 2009 at Social in RFP Social, little small spot, but had so many people there, and then in Miami as well.
Nice.
So then also, that night at Sound Table we have Ash Lauren and Stefan Ringer. They're doing Expressions.
I like that. Those are the young kids doing it.
We have Ryan Crossan at Music Room. Let's see, what else Saturday? I guess that's it.
That's it.
Then
we take a nap and go to the park early.
Yeah, the park is Sunday is all house in the park.
Yes.
House in the park.
Yeah, all roads. Yeah,
So,
all roads
yeah,
lead to
yeah.
House in the Park.
The
This
usual-
show will be
the usual
pre-recorded.
suspect,
Yeah. We're not working that day. That's the first Sunday. I'm telling you, get your life. I will not be here live. I will not. But I won't leave you hanging. Right. I'll have House in the Park. I'll have Salah. I'll have Ramon. We'll have you. I'll keep you company. For those that are not coming out, those that don't live in Atlanta, that can't be with us in the park, we won't leave you high and dry. I'm going to run something. It just won't be live. No, just won't be live. I'm going to do my PSA announcement from the park, as I always do, and then I'm off the grid. I'm so serious about this. Yeah, so we don't work here in Atlanta for that. That day is off. But then Monday, what do you give us, Salah?
Well, let me give you House in the Park, the usual suspects, Ramon Russell, yours truly, Salah Ananse, DJ Kemet, and Kai Alce.
Of course.
So, and then after that, the House in the Park after party, that's going to be in the basement. That's going to be in the basement in East Atlanta. That's going to be DJ Kemet, Stan Zeff, and Mike Dunn from Chosen Few. So it's going to be crazy. That's going to be a great lineup. And then on Monday, we do a party called Recovery, where we have yoga, we have massages, just to let you recover from all that partying that you've been doing for the last 4 days.
It helps. It
is great. I mean, healthy food. We have healthy food out there. It's going to be great. Shouts out to Deep Just from Heal and Release, and shouts out to Teresa from Sunday Dinner ATL. It's going to be, it's going to be a great. It's going to
be nice. It's a nice week.
15 events.
15 events.
15 in total, yeah.
And we start Thursday and we go to Monday. No plans on making it bigger, longer, right? Those days work for us, right?
That's about as long as we can
handle it. I see a wife passing out like, no. My friend Nina would be like, I just can't. No, I can't. So,
no, we have some festivals are a week long. Like Sunset Beat is a week long.
Yeah.
So we,
I think this is good though.
Yeah, this is perfect.
This works.
We don't. Americans, we're not used to partying like the English are. Those cats. Yeah. They literally take holiday to go do this.
Yeah, I'm off. I took Friday off. I'd be crazy to think that I wasn't going to take off. I'm off. Friday. And so
you should take Friday off to go to Love Sexy. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go to Love Sexy, you need that Friday.
Listen here. I'm not going to nobody's job after Love Sexy on Thursday. Friday, I will, and I'm gonna be selective on this. Govern yourself accordingly. Registration happens on Friday at Moods Music. It's a lot going on. I'm going to use what Ramon said when he talked to me last year. Pack your patience. You're going to get your badge and your wrist and all that. Your wife is the management of that. She orchestrates that. She has a very good disposition. I watch her. She treats everybody the same. And some people are just jerks. I'm going to be real honest. They come at her all kinds of ways, sideways, and she goes, it's all right. We're going to work it out. The temperament and the temperature is phenomenal. So shouts out to Nina for just always keeping it rock steady throughout the whole experience.
She manages the front of the house, and I manage the back of the house. Yeah. She's who everybody sees. That's the face that you see when you you come to the Atlanta Weekender, and she handles it flawlessly.
Year after year after year. So for those, we just want to give you guys some options. Thursday night, if you can't come, Love Sexy. Come Friday, Moods Music, meet and greet, kind of get your badge, get the feel, because it'll be bubbling and we're going to be feeling away. And then that night, we're just going to start partying. And I'm already excited. I can't keep still in my chair. So listen, the passes are sold out. Done. Finito. Mark your calendar next year to be on top of it. When you see that email or that blast about getting your passes, do not procrastinate in getting your passes next year. However, you can still party with us. Every single event, there'll be some cute representation at the door telling you how much it is for you to come in if you're not wearing your badge. And I'm telling you, wear your badge and your wrist thing all the time. That cuts down the drama. You just walk right in.
Yeah, that's the best thing about the pass. I mean, you're in, and you don't have to, your price doesn't change if somebody's doing early bird or anything like that. You can just walk right in any time of the day of the night, unless we're at capacity, and that does happen. I do let people we do hit capacity.
So one last thing I want to say this. T-shirts. They can get these beautiful T-shirts at every event, yes or no?
Not at every event.
Okay.
Only at certain events. So they will be on sale at House in the Park. They will be available at the check-in party, and they will be available at the day party on Saturday.
Okay. So govern yourself accordingly. How can people find you, Salah? How can people find you? If they want to find you, you partying, what you doing?
SalahAnanse.com, SalahAnanse.com. You can find me there. On social media, it's the same thing.
Same thing.
All the way around.
All the way around.
And again, Atl Wkndr, ATL Wkndr.
Got it. I appreciate you.
.com.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah.
I hope that your listeners are interested in what this is about, because we'd love to have them.
Yeah. I wish you nothing but continued success in everything that you do.
Same to you.
I'm gonna be real close by, because I like what you do and I like what you're about. So there you go.
Thank you.
That is my time. You know me, Real Chicks Rock. I am everywhere. I'm just gonna keep it right to the narrative. You want to know what I'm doing, what's going on, what's going down? Go to the website realchicksrock.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I want to thank all of my syndicated stations. We're syndicated. We're on iTunes, iHeart. Yo, get your life. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. You want to be a part of this movement, because we're pushing, we're doing, we're moving. That is my time. Thank you. Until next time, you guys take care. Continue to rock on. Bye.